Here are the top 5 stories in the crypto world today. Joining me as always, Tor Constantino. Tor, take it away.
Good morning, Martinez. Good morning, everyone. The first story we've got on tap for you, El Salvador equips the country with 200 ATMs. That's part of their rollout to make it legal tender, which takes effect 2 weeks from today. Citizens will be able to convert the currency, the crypto, into US dollars and withdraw it cash. In addition to the 200 teller machines, they will also be installed with a digital wallet called a Shivo. President Nayib Bukele on Twitter announced that there will be no fees for transactions, and they set up a $100 million fund to backstop those conversions.
The flip side is quite simple, Tor. Quite frankly, I'm excited for El Salvador. This is definitely opening a gateway. We must see how this will pan out. The IMF, all countries in the world, are all eyes on Bukele. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna be simply a marketer, or is he gonna be a thought leader? Too early to tell. We'll see how it goes. Quite frankly, I have a gut feeling it might go better than people expect, but it's just a gut feeling, not a DailyCoin approved opinion yet.
The thing that I'm most interested to see is the Lightning Network. These transactions, millions of transactions will run on the Lightning Network. It'll be interesting to see if it can maintain its integrity and handle all that scalability.
And when's the Lightning Network coming out, just so that the audience at home are clear?
It's my understanding that it's in effect right now. Lightning people can use Lightning Network right now if they have Bitcoin. It's a second layer solution.
Yeah, and in essence, it will be interesting to see whether or not, like for example, Ethereum, London hard fork, it made such a huge difference. The amount of Ethereum already burned is amazing. Now let's see if the Lightning Network can have the same effect, especially for El Salvador. On to the next one.
Second story on tap today, Tribe is going to appear on Binance and Huobi. It's already there. Binance, as we all know, has been under severe fire and scrutiny the last several months. DailyCoin already did a story on it called The Whale Being Attacked by Piranhas. But despite that, it's still the world's largest crypto exchange. For a long time, it manifested its Binance effect, pumping miner coins, listing there shortly after they list. So Tribe is debuting on Binance and Huobi. We'll see today if Binance still has some of that mojo to help pump this single kind of miner coin out there. What's the flip side of this, in your opinion?
Too big to fail. They're too big, it doesn't matter. Regulators can hate them, everyone can hate them. They're too big. The customer service, as compared to any other, is still on top of its game. The ease of use, and especially if you're a big institution, you have no choice. It's basically they're too big to fail. And I think this might be actually a good time for them to get attacked. Of course, it's a controversial opinion, but that's why you folks tune into DailyCoin. Now,
and ultimately what's going to happen is that coins and tokens are going to pump based more on their use cases rather than the exchange they list on. Ultimately, that's what's going to happen as well.
Yeah, but by that time, my hair will turn gray, and most likely, I'll have an NFT cat show. Yeah.
Third
That's
story up
definitely in
on
the
tap.
works.
So after 2 months, digital assets are replenishing their inflows now. During the previous week, Solana became the most appealing project for investors. To be precise, it gained 7.1 million in new funds, and you compare that to 6.4 Cardano, 3.2 for Ethereum, 1.1 million for Polkadot. It's pretty remarkable. Solana also had the biggest gains of the previous week, reaching all-time highs at more than $81. Martinez, what's the flip side for Solana here?
It's not one of those projects. If you go to the Cardano community, right, you kind of see it's amazing. It's like a cult, right? It's a techno cult. It's very colorful, but it's kind of a mature cult in a way, because they're excited about things which will happen in the future, and they believe their leader, right? But also the trust but verify approach, right? So we will develop a smart contract, we will deliver the Alonso update, etc., etc., etc. Now with Solana, they are doing great innovation. However, you go to their Twitter, you go to their Reddit, etc., you don't see the same fire now, do you? Mm-mm. Why is that? I scratch my head, and I think it's because their use case and their marketing team is a bit on the cautious side. And that will be interesting to see in the future. So will the Cardanos of the world who are shouting versus the Solanas, the Harmonies, the Iotas who are simply chugging along, who'll be the one to reap the fruits of their labor? Remains to be seen. The fourth story today, Tor, what is it?
The fourth story on tap today is Tether. They're back to printing. Their printing machines were silent for approximately 2 months. Tether minted 2.3 billion USDT since the beginning of August. I know, right? And it's raised its market cap from 62 billion to 65 billion. Lots of flip sides here. What's the first one, Martynas?
The first one, is Tether taking a book from the US government? Print, baby, print. Why are they doing this, Tor?
I have no idea. They've proven that they're not one-to-one backing of stable coins linked to the dollar anyway. And it's exactly what you said. How is this any different than central bankers? In fact, it's worse. They're not even tied to the stability of the US dollar. Too many missteps by this project.
And I'm trying to realize, so if you're a regular hodler, right, and when you're trying to park your hard-earned gains, when you now look at the USDT and USDC and other stable coins, are you now beginning to think, oh, these guys are playing too much, I don't feel as safe? Do you think this will be a trend now?
I definitely do. I think that I don't invest anything in USDT unless I have to. I use USDC and DAI exclusively for the stablecoin projects.
Now, what made you decide on these two projects in particular?
I decided on these two because I believe that USDC is doing things right from a regulatory perspective, so they're not going to get rug pulled or slammed by the government. And I believe that DAI has a good track record, and they've been around longer. So I like those two projects for those two reasons.
Beautiful. Now, last story of the day.
It wouldn't be a DailyCoin Flipside digest without an NFT story at the end.
Exactly. What's the news?
Well, as news spread that Visa bought crypto cyberpunk for $150,000, 90 additional NFTs in that collection have been sold within 1 hour, resulting in a total of $20 million in profit. Shiba has announced that they now, right, exactly. That's the biggest news of these three. We could just park there and chat about that one if you want. Yeah. But Shiba users can sell their art on OpenSea using Shiba. It's stated that the utility and acceptance are going to keep on moving. And ETHROC has been around since 2017. It just listed a crazy sale. Justin Sun paid $1.3 million for a picture of a rock. What's your flip side take on these, Martynas?
Do we need one at this point? I mean, at this point, the NFT market is what happens when you give very powerful people too much money and JPEGs. This is the combination, it's a cultural clash, I think, for people who are not digital natives. I've been approached by an elderly gentleman, and he asked me, why is this thing on my phone worth this much money? Explain to me, please. And I told him, look, it'll take too long. This is definitely not native to you. You won't understand it. Why? Because you're coming to this from the wrong perspective. You're asking, why is this worth something? Well, what creates worth in general? You must begin from a different philosophical approach. You mustn't ask, okay, so is this digital? And why does anything digital have worth? No, you must look at it like, why does art have worth? Anyway, in other words, if people want to figure out what are NFTs and why they have worth, it's dailycoin.com, the NFT section, we have you covered. Now, if you want to learn in depth, that's why we are going to launch our NFT show. I have to plug it, let's be honest. And for your other NFT questions, do leave them down below, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try to answer them to the best of our ability. Now, this has been the Flipside Crypto. See you in the next episode. Thank you.